Why Japan chose harmony, the myth that still shapes a nation. What if a 1,300-year-old myth still influences how millions of people behave today? Why does Japan value harmony over confrontation? Why is nature treated as sacred? Why does social order remain strong even in times of crisis? To understand modern Japan, we have to go back to its oldest story. 1. The birth of a nation. In 712 AD, Japan recorded its oldest myths in a book called the Kojiki. A few years later, the Nihon Shoki followed. These texts describe a time before heaven and earth were separated. Two deities, Izanagi and Izanami, were ordered to create land. They stirred the ocean with a jeweled spear. The drops became the islands of Japan. This is not history in the modern sense, but it is the foundation of Japanese cultural identity. After tragedy and death, Izanagi performed a ritual washing in a river. And from that act of purification was born the Sun Goddess Amaterasu. According to myth, her descendant became Japan's first emperor. The imperial line can be historically verified. From around the 5th century onward, the divine ancestry belongs to mythology, but its psychological impact is real. 2. Misogi, the power of reset. The washing ritual Izanagi performed is called misogi. Misogi means purification through water. It can involve standing under a waterfall, washing in a river, or symbolically cleansing oneself before prayer. But here is the key difference. In Shinto belief, the issue is not sin. It is impurity, imbalance, disorder, negativity. And impurity can be removed. You reset. You restore balance. You begin again. Even today, before entering a shrine, people rinse their hands and mouths. It is a small gesture, but it reflects a powerful idea. No matter what has happened, restoration is possible. This mindset helps explain something deeper in Japanese society. Stability through renewal. 3. When the sun disappeared. One of the most dramatic myths involves conflict. The storm god Susanoo causes chaos. Amaterasu, the sun goddess, hides inside a cave. The world goes dark. Now here is the critical moment. The other gods do not attack the cave. They do not use force. Instead, they gather together. They hold a celebration. They create music, laughter, cooperation. Curiosity draws Amaterasu out. Light returns. The goal was not victory. It was restoration. This pattern, restoring order instead of defeating an enemy, is at the heart of a key Japanese concept, wa, meaning harmony. 4. What harmony looks like in real life. Harmony in Japan is not abstract. It appears in daily behavior. Decisions are often made through consensus. Public confrontation is softened or indirect. Group stability is prioritized over individual dominance. During natural disasters, social order is remarkably maintained. This does not mean Japan has no conflict. It means the cultural instinct is different. In many Western narratives, the hero wins by overpowering the opponent. In Japanese mythology, balance is restored by cooperation. That difference matters. It shapes classrooms, companies, politics, even disaster response. Harmony is not weakness. It is social strategy. 5. Living myth, places that still matter. These myths are not locked in books. They are tied to real places. Ise Grand Shrine, dedicated to Amaterasu, rebuilt every 20 years. Not preservation through freezing time, but continuity through renewal. Izumo Taisha, a shrine where myth says the gods gather once a year. Community and myth remain intertwined. Mount Fuji, a sacred mountain. Nature itself is divine. Most Japanese people do not literally believe these myths, but the worldview remains. Respect nature, cleanse and reset, restore balance, choose harmony. Japan did not accidentally become this way. Its oldest stories still echo beneath its most modern cities. And that is why Japan chose harmony.